everyone and welcome to Networktalk. This is Sundar. Today we are going to talk about CCNA 200-301 Switch Basic Interview Questions and Answers. What is switching? The function of switching is to switch data packets between devices on the same network. The function of switching: if the data is receiving from one device to the switch, that switch send the data to the different device with the same network called as switching. What is switch? A switch is a device which is used to connect multiple devices inside local area network. Unlike hubs, a switch examines each packet and processes it accordingly rather than simply repeating the signal to all ports. Switches operate at layer 2, data link layer of the OSI model. Okay. What is sub interface? To support ISL or 802.1q routing on a fast Ethernet interface, the router's interface is divided into logical interface, one for each VLAN. Okay, these are called sub interfaces. Like one physical interface of the router or Ethernet frame interface, it's divided into multiple sub interfaces. What is the difference between a hub, switch and router? Hub is designed to connect hosts to each other with no understanding of what it is transferring. When a hub receives a packet of data from a connected device, it broadcasts that data packet to all other ports regardless of the destination port. Hub operates at layer 1. Switch also connects hosts to each other like a hub. Switch differs from hub in the way it handles packets. When a switch receives a packet, it determines what host the packet is intended for and sends it to that host only. It does not broadcast the packet to all the hosts as a hub does, which means bandwidth is not shared and makes the network more efficient. A switch operates at layer 2, data link layer. A router is different from a switch or hub since its functioning is to route data packets to other networks instead of just the local network. Routers operate at layer 3, network layer. What are the functions of a switch? Switch functions when the packet is receiving. Okay. The switch performs three major functions. One is address learning, second one is packet forwarding and filtering, third one is very important, loop avoidance by using spanning tree protocol. We will take this spanning trees in later session. So this three function is the major function of switch doing when the packet is receiving to the switch. What is a broadcast domain and a collision domain? Broadcast domain, the name itself you will aware, broadcast mean it's a type of communication where the sending device sends a single copy of data and that copy of data will be delivered to every other device in the network segment, same network segment. A broadcast domain consists of all the devices that will receive every broadcast packet originating from any device within the network segment. Okay, all ports on a hub or switch are by default in the same broadcast domain. All ports on a router are in the different broadcast domains, and routers don't forward broadcast. Collision domain. This is a network scenario where one particular device sends a packet on the network segment, forcing every other device on the same segment to pay attention to it. At the same time, if a different device tries to transmit simultaneously, it will lead to a collision after which both devices must retransmit, one at a time. This situation is often in a hub environment because each port on a hub is in the same collision domain. By contrast, each port on a bridge, a switch or router is in a separate collision domain. Compare hub and switch with respect to broadcast and collision domain. In the hub, there is one collision domain and one broadcast domain. In a switch, there is multiple collision domains and only one broadcast domain. What is a MAC address table and how a switch will build a MAC address table? So, switch frames between LAN ports efficiently. The switch maintains an address table called MAC address table or CAM table. When the switch receives a frame, source MAC address is learned and recorded in CAM table along with the port of arrival, VLAN and timestamp. The switch dynamically builds the MAC address table by using the source MAC address of the frame received. This table is used by the switch to determine where to forward traffic on a LAN. How does switch learn MAC address? When a frame reaches to the port of a switch, the switch reads the MAC address of the source device from the Ethernet frame and compares it to its MAC address table, also known as CAM table. If switch does not find a corresponding entry in the MAC address table, the switch will add the address to the table with the port number at which the Ethernet frame is received. If the MAC address is already available in the MAC address table, the switch compares the incoming port with the port already available in the MAC address table. If the port number are different, the switch updates the MAC address table with a new port number. How does switch perform forwarding function? When a layer 2 Ethernet frame reaches a port on the switch, it not only reads the source MAC address of the Ethernet frame as a part of learning function, but also reads the destination MAC address as a part of forwarding function. Okay. The destination MAC address is important to determine the port to which the destination device is connected. So, port in learning function, switch learn the MAC address. In forwarding function, it switch learn the destination MAC address. Here it's learn source MAC address. Forwarding function, it's learn destination MAC address. As the destination MAC address is found on the MAC address table, the switch forwards the Ethernet frame via the corresponding port of the MAC address. Explain flooding. If the destination MAC address is not found in the MAC address table, the switch forwards the frame out of all its ports except the port on which the frame was received. This is known as floating. Like if one packet is receiving the switch, but it's learning the source MAC address and learning the destination MAC address and comparing the destination MAC address in the MAC table, that time that MAC address is not available in the MAC table. So in that case, that switch forwards the frame out of all its ports except the port when the switch frame was received. So this is known as floating. It's like it will send the packet to all the ports. So it's called floating. Thanks for watching.